Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. Welcome to your reading for November 14th through the 20th. So as I was getting into your energy, what I saw was you standing before an easel, like getting ready to paint. You had so many colors and the canvas was blank. And you were dressed and you were appropriate for it, but you seemed confused, unsure where to start, what it was you were trying to create. So I feel like you're at this point where you're trying to decide what is the next place, what is the next stroke that you put on the canvas, or actually it's a beginning place. So it'd be, what are you going to put there? What is the first thing? Where do you start? They're saying, where do you start? So, okay, thank you. Wow, you start with love. That's a great place to start. So you have this creative energy that is all around, wanting to start with love. So overall energy, there you are. We have this is the after tarot, and this is the King of Swords, and here the messenger has come in. The sword has been driven through the crown into the ground. It is knowing what your truth is. It is like the message has come in, and there is an understanding of what is true for you is the overall energy. And the key to the situation, we have this card of justice. And here we have, again, the sword. This time it's being wielded. Oh, it's really hard to tell in this light. I had to mess around with the light a little. Hold on, let me try one more thing. I'll be right back. You won't even miss me. All right, that's better. So there you can see she's wielding the sword of truth over here. We've got the king and the beggar. And so there's a sense of justice that needs to come in the heart space, though. So it is about finding what is fair. They're both on their knees. Neither is better than the other. Neither is worse than the other. They're equal in the eyes of karmic justice. There's a karmic justice here. And so there's a lot of balancing going on. Oh my goodness, there's so much balancing going on. All right, so here we have this and the difficulty, the thing that's been the struggle is we have the sun, but this is interesting because here we've got two children fighting over the flag. Who's the king of the mountain? Who's in charge? And so there's this squabbling, this fighting energy here. Instead of teamwork, a big completing of a cycle. But it's almost as though you just need a little more information. Here we have the moon in the area of where to catch the information. We have the moon, which means that she's coming through and the dogs are barking and the lobster is coming up out of the water. So as this energy begins to clear this week is a week of decision making, big choices and decisions to make, and I think clarity starts coming in. And so it's almost though the dog's barking is what is trying to get your attention, what it feels like, what is most important to you, what is trying to communicate itself to you, what is trying to grab your attention is what you should be focusing on right now. It's like where the information is going to come through because Spirit is trying to bring it in. Here, the way to move forward, he is moving toward the ship, and people are getting on the ship, but he's trying to keep everything in balance. So there's this movement forward about what attracts you most, what are you most passionate about, what is most of interest to you, but there's this struggle, this need to balance between work and play, and between what you need and want and what someone else needs and wants, and how do you bring this all into alignment for yourself. And this card of Temperance is like asking you to release and let go of what doesn't work. Allow a cycle. You have to let a cycle complete. Full moon eclipse in your sign last week. Today, as I'm recording, it's the 1111 Gateway portal, which is a big portal. I really do invite you to join me for the the reading that I do for the collective, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone US, because I pulled cards about this portal energy for each sign, and that'll be on the 13th at 7:30 Eastern Time Zone US. And for you, Taurus, there was quite an interesting message that came through. So here we have this card of Temperance, but this is the After Tarot. And so this is pouring into the emotional waters, but the foot's in it. So this is being able to receive and also to give to spirit. And so there is more of an energy. You transform this situation through service, through bringing in the balance, the karmic justice and the balance here. Because what's been draining your energy, we have the Knight of Wands with this Ace of Wands. This really creative energy has been kind of stuck and stagnant. Oh my God, right. That's true, right? We had the artist that couldn't figure out what stroke to put on. What's the next right step? But Spirit's like, take a step. Take a step towards your dreams. And honestly, look, he's walking across the sandy beach. And no matter what step you take, right now there's a lot of shifting and juggling of the energy. You take a step forward, if it's a misstep, the tide will come in and wash it away. That feels impermanent. But the ship you choose to get on, I think it's getting on board the ship is important. And I think that once you get on board ship, navigating by the stars, what feels like it's in alignment with you, what feels right. There's a lot of energy around what feels right. So here in the energy of your resources, you have the card of resources with others, the Death card. And so this feels like, inheritance. It could be a contractual agreement to pay or to be repaid by something or the other. It could be it's others' money, though. So it's either giving or receiving of others' money. So if you've gone through it, so say, oh gosh, okay, so say you were heavily invested in Bitcoin, then you've lost some money. If you're heavily in the stock market, it's starting to come back a little. So there's that. But other people's money. This is someone has passed away. This is divorce agreements. This is child support. This is signing a new contract for a new job, and this is how much you're going to be paid. It is giving or receiving. When it's a change, it's a transformation in the area of resources. Though this is other people's resources. Coming and going, the flowing, the ebb and the flow of energy, the giving and the taking. There's been a very heavy burden on your heart, and you've set it down. That looks like pure exhaustion, but he's picked up the one wand and he's still leaning on it. And I think that's the one you take forward, where you've been blocked and stopped and stagnant and wanting to move forward and not been able to. There is this rebalancing, this karmic energy coming in. We have so many major arcanas here, right? We've got 2 aces and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So half of the cards are major arcana, which means that spirit is involved. And then you have this 10, so that's the end of a cycle with 2 aces, the beginning. And this cycle that you're supposed to follow, this is the card of the Ace of Cups. This is following spirit. This is following what you're passionate about. This is following what you love. And so right now with Mars in retrograde in Gemini, there's this energy right here of kind of being stuck and stagnant. It is about following the energy of, being curious about what you're passionate about and exploring. So we're still in the exploring stage. We're going to be solidifying plans coming up soon here. But right now, we're still able to make choices and discernments, and it's not baked in at this point yet. There's still an opportunity here to gain perspective through trying things. Like, the thing about a canvas, if you've ever watched anybody like paint like online or something like that, they'll paint a whole bunch of stuff on it and then they'll go and they'll paint over it, and by the time they get done, it doesn't even look, they can totally cover up what you already started with, because you see new things and it takes on a life of its own. And I think that's the creative process. Is it's not about knowing where to put the first stroke, it's the getting started. It's the act of initiation. So there's this big healing process that you're going through. So on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Monday, yeah, so yeah, first part of the week there, the moon is in Leo, and when the moon is in Leo, that energy squares Taurus, and it does force you to really look at what matters to the heart for you. What are the big heart related issues? Now, this could be your physical health, heart related issues, but it's also the creative energy about what drives you forward, what inspires you, what are you trying to bring together. And so there's a power struggle energy that comes through when the moon is in Taurus. I mean, in Leo for Taurus. And so you get a little help, though. You get a little help when Venus, your ruling planet, moves into Sagittarius on Wednesday, which is a little more optimistic. But here we have the card of the wounded healer. And I feel like, you've been carrying a heavy burden and you've set it down, but it's time to rest. And this creative process is about giving yourself the space to try new things at your own pace and not really having the vision, the clarity of exactly where it is you're going yet. You don't need to know that. But what entertains you at this moment? What heals you at this moment? What soothes? They're using the word soothes you at this moment. What brings in this healing energy, this Ace of Cups? This is very much around spiritual healing of the soul that's going on here. How can you give to yourself? Pouring into your own emotional waters. What's interesting is we have the dove leaving here out of this cup. So spirit is communicating with you, and here the dove of spirit is flying through also. And so it's almost like follow spirit, follow the joy. So what makes you, feel good? So if you need to Netflix it for, an evening, then do that. If you need to go for a walk, do that. If you need to get out the coloring book and crayons, do that. What satisfies you on an emotional level that feels creative? The balancing act, that's so funny. There's so much card about regaining your balance. I feel like you've been kind of there's been a tug of war going on with someone. Like your energy's been being pulled in two different directions, or there's, a lot of competition at work or at home, or something, too many competing interests, and you've been feeling like, I'm supposed to go this way, but you're being called to go in another direction. And you're being asked to follow your heart. What does the heart want? In the end, that is the most important thing, because that's how spirit communicates with us, is through our heart space. And so to get back into alignment, because we have this balancing right here in the center of the reading. There's all these cards about balance. This King of Swords, that sword is balanced. And then we have this balancing of temperance, justice, and the Two of Pentacles. There's all this balancing energy. And it's about allowing a cycle to complete so that you can begin a new one. And allowing yourself the space and the grace to heal. So whether you were working really hard and strained your back and you need to take the day off, but there's so much work to do at home. I mean, you have so much piled up on your desk, and if I take the day off, I don't know how. Allow yourself the time to heal. You're no good to anybody when you're not healed. If it's an emotional wound, allow yourself the space. You have the galactic mushroom, the spirit of the river, which is movement toward adventure. That's fine. And movement toward adventure. The spirit of the river. When that moon is in Virgo, Thursday and Friday, movement toward the river. There's an adventure waiting for you, but there's a need to allow yourself to heal for it. You have dances on one foot, the balancing act. But again, all that green of that healing. There is the galactic mushroom here. This is asking you, the divine matrix, to connect in with spirit, as witnessed here by these two doves, the spirit. Spirit's trying to talk to you, and when you're really busy and you're just working, spirit has trouble getting through to you, but it is in the downtime, the pausing, the resting, the going for a stroll, going for a walk, going for a swim, the long hot soak in the hot tub at the end of a long hard day. There's the shutting down, the quieting down, the creating space for spirit to talk to you that is really important here, and also to allow yourself to heal. It's really important that you let yourself have some healing space. The moon's going to move into Libra, talking about balancing of energies, right? That's all about bringing balance. And actually, I wrote here a day to regain your balance for Saturday. And so, really, if you can not have a big schedule when that moon is in Libra on Saturday and Sunday, and if you can, as hard as you work, allow yourself to play too, to allow yourself to rest, to regain your balance. You have the card of Pegasus. Open your heart to love and joy. Open your heart to love and joy. It's the way to go. We have the card of Honesty. Honesty will ultimately be rewarded. Your truth, your integrity. You saying, this is the truth. This is my truth. Your truth doesn't have to be someone else's truth, but it's in recognizing what is true for you and staying true to your own integrity and what is important to you, that you can regain balance. They're saying a sense of honor. It's important to be in your integrity. We have the card of invisibility. Take off your cloak of invisibility and let your light shine. I feel like you've been playing small, trying to hide, and an opportunity, a door's opening that's going to allow you to really shine, something that you're passionate about, that you want to create. Whether this is you've gotten a door that opened up to a promotion at work, or to a new home, or to a new, it feels career oriented though. It feels like there's an opportunity to really shine. Don't play it small, but have your integrity. Like don't overpromise. Don't say you can do things you can't do. There's a humility. There is a humility that is necessary here. So you move forward, you're in flow, you're moving towards your destination. Do it with joy in your heart, but humility. Like you can know in your heart of hearts that you can do this, which I'm sure you can, whatever it is. But allow your light to shine and others to see what you do. Be humble and gracious, they're saying. Be humble and gracious. Be loving and nurturing to yourself and to others. And doors will open. Wow. Nice message, Taurus. Well, I hope you have a great week. Try to keep things in balance. And as hard as it looks like you're going to be working this week, there's a lot of energy of a lot of things coming, but there's an optimism that comes with it. And there is a need to create some space on the weekends for some downtime, for some joy, for some happiness. And Sunday actually looks like a really beautiful day. So even if Saturday you're still working hard, block out Sunday for having fun. All right? You guys take good care. I'll talk to you soon.